Given the name of the Holy Cross in Spanish, it was originally named Norfolk Island by Cali, which is the Santa Cruz Island. The Charles Darwin Research Station is located here and the headquarters of the Galapagos National Park Service. It operates a tortoise breeding area where young tortoises are hatched, reared, and then they're prepared to be reintroduced to their natural habitat. They have large populations of tortoise. They have many more species in the island, such as the iguanas, the land iguanas. So please enjoy this trip with me. Day 2 of the Galapagos Island. That's the back of the yacht.
See myself there.
Yeah, I know. Santa Cruz Island. He was young and he was at the dog park. Into the bus to Santa Cruz.
Now we are started driving all the way to the southern part. We are in the north. So we are driving all the way to the southern part. You saw yesterday how dry was North Seymour, right?
Yeah.
And I told you North Seymour we can have sometimes about just 10 days of rain per year, and it rains can be just a little bit, maybe an hour, couple hours.
And then maybe can you turn over to work? Got it. And then you have to just drop the flower and run it. What? No.
Okay, someone needs a bathroom because we're usually here. We will have one more. And the geology of the islands has to be a lot. It's a big part of the adaptation of the animals.
Was born without a gene for flying. It may have been maybe with another one had the same, so those ones couldn't leave. The other ones that could fly.
In order to help the local farmers, right? And we have big rules about recycling. Each of our bins in our homes have a QR code or a number in order that if the guys that collect the garbage find something wrong, so then we get that they have to walk in order to find their food. So they spend their first 10 years pretty much in the same area in the wild. That's why it's not a big change when we put them in the wild. So there's nothing that they gotta adapt or something. So their adaptation is very easy. So the first ones that we collect, the 60% of the first ones we collect, they will grow down the female from 200 and 500.
So in other words, they might get 2 dots or 3 dots.
2 dots, or depending on which plate got the dot.
Hello, Boo Boo. ¿Hablan inglés o español solamente?
You see if that's the angle you want, or if you want me to hold it up.
Okay, look here. Right here is where we see the Lonesome door. Lonesome is because he has been in Pinta, or he was in Pinta at least 40 years by himself. Because 40 years before 1970s is when the national park already recorded no tortoises there, or whalers, sorry, wrote in logbooks that there's no tortoises left on Pinta. That means for about 40 years, George was by himself.
A hermit.
And the name George is after an American character called George Burns.
Really?
Yes, yeah,
So
yeah.
the U.S. scientists going there in that expedition, they call him George after him.
Lonesome George was a 100-year-old tortoise. He was a male Pinta Island tortoise, last known individual of his species, and it's supposed to be known as he was supposed to be known as the rarest creature in the world. George serves as a symbol for conservation in the Galapagos Islands and also throughout the world. So when he died, his body was frozen and shipped to the American Museum of Natural History in New York City, and it was preserved there, and then it was returned home to the Galapagos Islands for display at the museum. So just finished the tour, seeing the breeding, where they're breeding the tortoise. So I'm heading to town. Supposed to be the town in South by Charles Darwin. This is after we went to Santa Cruz, Galapagos, and saw the tortoises. We are going to do deep water snorkeling and a wet landing apparently, and that's where we're heading. In the meantime, I had some beer. That's it, everyone, for Santa Cruz Island. Next one will take you to Mosquera Islet. So I'll see you then.